Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon. Ayushi, congrats, you cleared the written test. Yes. Do you want to keep the mask on for the interview? You tell us whatever you are going for.
Sir, I have no symptoms, so I would like to get it out.
Take it. We never asked you to wear it.
Thank you, sir.
So you are from Army Public School, Vyas, Woodrow School, Bareilly, and then University of Chemical Engineering. EU.
Yes.
That's a good school. That's a good place. In America, they call them schools, right?
Yes.
Which service is your first preference in India?
My preference was Indian Administrative Services. I also applied for it, but unfortunately I did not clear the mains only. And now presently my first focus is on Indian Forest Services.
What do you know about the Forest Service? What is the overall role of the Forest Service in India?
So the mandate of the Indian Forest Service is to implement National Forest Policy 1988. Other than it, the major role is in conservation of forests, the protection of wildlife, as well as the well-being of the tribals and the forest dwelling communities.
All right, yes, it's a very prestigious service. What is the facility available in Dehradun of the Indian Forest Department, let's say?
So there are various premium institutes for forestry in Dehradun. It is Forest Research Institute. Then we have Indira Gandhi National Forest Academy also there. Then we have Forest Survey of India there. These are the major institutes that I get.
And you know when they were established then? How many years ago roughly?
So I have studied it in remains, but I cannot recall exactly.
You can revise it later. What are your interests?
So regarding
Overall in life, what are your interests?
interest.
You have said Vipassana meditation, reading self-advancement books. These are the two main interests.
Yes.
Any other?
So I have also read one or two books of Yuval Harari. That also I found very interesting. Yes, sir, that.
What is his main hypothesis in Sapiens or Homo Deus?
So I have read Homo sapiens. In that he has talked about how humans have grown, then how agricultural revolution came, and then industrial revolution. The main idea is he says that we have all moved forward towards agricultural revolution and industrial revolution, but we have left behind the basic characteristic of humans. But he prefers human life as foragers rather than the present life we are living. So he kind of says that presently we are moving forward, but in some ways we have lost a lot.
Right. So, overall, his view of the world is optimistic.
So he has analyzed the events very objectively, and now he has optimistically said in his next book, that is 21 Challenges for 21st Centuries, how we can make the best out of it. So I think overall that is optimistic in the way that he has been suggesting solutions to the different problems and how we can make the most of the present circumstances.
The name of the book is slightly different to what you said. 21
Lessons for 21st century.
ideas?
So I think it's lessons. Maybe I'm wrong.
Maybe, but not challenges. You said challenges. In the first four, you said challenges.
I'm sorry.
That's okay. Okay, as a lady officer, what will be your attitude to whatever role you are given? Firstly, why I am saying lady officer? Because you will be dealing with women in many areas of your postings. So, how will you bring in that extra caring attitude or empathy and make it more effective in your service?
So, I will be more inclined towards women empowerment by being into the services. That does not mean ignoring the other sections of vulnerable communities, but yes, my priority will be towards improving the condition of local women. For that, empower some SHGs in the local communities, make the best out of the mangrove forest produce that will be available in the local forest, and to other problems that the women will be facing according to the local situations.
You're from Uttarakhand, right? So what is the status of ladies or women in the society there compared to, let's say, Uttar Pradesh?
Sir, I'm not exactly, I don't know exactly the data regarding the different aspects, but I think the employment situation is better in Uttarakhand as compared to Uttar Pradesh. In rural areas, the women are employed in agriculture activities in Uttar Pradesh mainly, but in Uttarakhand, I see more of services sector being taken by women.
And the social status, let's say, in a village of a woman in Uttar Pradesh compared to Uttarakhand or Himachal Pradesh, as far as you are aware?
So as far as I am aware, the situation is in Uttarakhand is slightly better in terms of social factors like births per woman, and the child rearing responsibility that is given to women, that is comparatively better in Uttarakhand. So I think that is what I know regarding Himachal Pradesh that I have.
Okay, one more question from me. Technology has brought in a lot of transparency in governance. Okay, but we are still not where we need to be as a country in terms of transparency, efficiency. These days you are able to go to a restaurant or a shop or even a fruit seller and Google Pay or Paytm or whatever your amount. And sometimes I have noticed and experienced even the parking attendant in Chandigarh, it is 14 rupees. I don't have 14 rupees cash. I ask him, can you accept Google Pay? Accepts. Within 1 minute or 30 seconds, it is done. In government, delivery of service is not so simple. What can be done and when do you expect this to become, delivery of service to become much quicker and better?
So I think the government is moving in this direction. We have National Digital Mission. The government is trying to digitize different records, different services, and making the services easier for a common citizen to avail, as well as regarding transparency. So I think in the near future we will be there when digitized economy will be there, digitized records will be there, and we will be able to avail services at the ease we are able to avail at private sector right now.
Do you have a driving license?
I don't know.
You don't know. You better learn. Do you have any other document which has been issued by the government in your case?
Yes, sir, I have PAN card.
PAN card.
Yes, sir,
Aadhaar card.
PAN card, voter card.
Voter card. Did you go for any of them yourself to get them made?
Sir, Aadhaar card I went.
You went to the office.
Yes,
How long did it take roughly?
Sir, it was not that lengthy exercise. I think hardly took half an hour.
You were happy with the service delivery?
Sir, it can be improved certainly where particular time is allotted to me. I don't have to wait. Certainly, kind of improvement can be there, and I think the government is on the right path presently, and we will see it in the future.
Okay.
What is the difference between national park and sanctuary?
So, national parks as well as wildlife sanctuaries are given in Wildlife Protection Act 1972. As far as the national park is concerned, the degree of conservation in a national park is to a degree higher than wildlife sanctuaries. The boundaries of the national park are more defined as compared to wildlife sanctuaries. And wildlife sanctuaries are particularly for some species, and whereas national park is for the ecosystem services, completely for the conservation of ecosystem. It has a larger agenda.
How many national parks do we have in India?
So I don't know the exact data, but it is somewhere around 100.
Okay, as you are from Uttarakhand, so which was the first national park of India?
So it was called National Park.
Corporate national park. So So you might have heard about the Russia and Ukraine war, right? What are your views on that?
So India has taken a position where aggression should be called out at all positions, and the laws and the principles of United Nations should be followed, and aggression and violence should end as early as possible.
Okay. So tell me something about yourself.
So I belong to state of Uttarakhand, and I have done my schooling from Army Public School Vyas. Then I did my 12th from Woodrow School, it is in Bareilly. Then I pursued chemical engineering from Punjab University, Chandigarh.
Any 2 points of your weakness and 2 in which you are more positive? Strong points.
So as far as my weaknesses are concerned, I think I'm not able to balance my professional life and family life, since from a very early childhood I have been living in hostel, and so sometimes I think my parents also have this feeling that I am not able to balance that smoothly my social responsibilities. And
Don't you think that it will hinder your work?
sir, I'm very more than ready to work upon it. I have realized it in a few times earlier, and I'm very much ready to work upon it.
Another viewpoint.
So this is something I can think of.
Positive points.
So I think I'm very patient and perseverant. So that is very much positive about me, and I'm very disciplined in my both personal life as well as professional life.
You just mentioned about Woodrow School. Why was Woodrow Wilson regarded as father of public administration?
So as far as I know, according to my limited knowledge, he was the first person who recognized the public services in America, and after that this whole system of public services has continued.
Okay. Have you heard about Great Indian Bustard? What is Great Indian Bustard?
So this is a critically endangered bird found in Rajasthan. It is also state bird of Rajasthan. Presently, government is working under National Wildlife Protection for special
Can you
measures.
list the specific measure which has been recently undertaken to conserve this iconic species?
So during the CMS that was held in India, Great Indian Bustard was the main theme there. So the main focus was on Great Indian Bustard and the conservation.
What is firefly bird diverter?
So I can say the base. I do not know very much exactly about it.
You want to make educated guesses? No.
So I think they are planted at some height by which they can turn away the root of the birds in case they are about to hinder something, or there can be.
So Great Indian Bustard is being preserved through this method currently.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, can you give some ex situ conservation methods?
So geological parks are one, then herbal gardens are one. Then another idea that we are also following, that reintroduction of any animal into another site is also a measure of ex situ
Which
conservation.
methods are better, in situ or ex situ?
So both measures are taken depending upon the species we are conserving and the condition of the species. Otherwise, in situ conservation is better in the sense that the whole ecosystem and the surroundings remains the same. So in that case, the animal and wildlife adjust better. But when the number is very less and we have to do some kind of captive breeding, or we have to educate the people, then in that case we do some activities like zoo, herbal garden.
You mentioned about Jim Corbett National Park. There is controversy regarding changing its name. What is the new name they are suggesting? Because it was the name.
Sir Ramganga, I suppose it's.
Do you think that would be more suitable, or Jim Corbett is ideal?
Sir, I think Jim Corbett is good. He has also done a lot towards the creation of Jim Corbett National Park. So I think he is a great conservationist.
And can you give the original name of this Jim Corbett? Because originally this park was named something else in 1920s.
Sir, it was Haley National
Haley
Park.
National Park. Okay, and can you name any 2 major biosphere reserves of India? We have currently 18.
So it is Nanda Devi National Park, which is in Uttarakhand only. Then in Rajasthan we have Kanna Biosphere.
Are you sure?
Yes, I'm so sorry, sir. It's in Madhya Pradesh.
Yes. Why is Panna famous geographically? Which resource is only found in Panna in pan India? Is one's precious.
So it is done in
Thanks. And can you name any national park which has been named after a fort? Okay, I give you option Baksa, Ranthambore. Can these be called forts?
So I think
Okay, where is white tiger found in India? Because it's a rare species. It's not found anywhere else in the world. White tiger. It's an anomaly because tusk of elephant are modification of which teeth? Are they incisors, canine or premolars? Do not make a guess.
I'm not sure about it. What is the position of different dates? So I'm not.
Okay, you know.
Yes.
This changing the name, we heard your views on Jim Corbett Park. It has been a practice in India for the last couple of decades. Before that, it was not so bad. And it has led to loss of identity of some cities. Bangalore has become Bengaluru, which is not much of a change. But when a European person Googles Bangalore, he can't find it, or he finds half the things are far in Bangalore. So, as a practice, do you think it's should be done away with altogether, changing any name?
So I think local community should be involved in the process. If local communities don't really want that the name of a place should be changed, so I think there is no harm in it. But as far as you said that there is a problem in searching and all, then I think the records or whatsoever are available in public domain should be changed adequately so that the tourists do not face the problem, the kind of.
Yeah, but that's not the only problem. What was the name of Uttarakhand before?
So it was with Ramshar.
Yeah. So one local group wants change and they get brownie points out of it. The larger interest is never for it. Till today, the identity of Madras, Chennai, Madras is the identity. Bombay is still Bombay. So I think it's a very important thing to discuss. Name is a very important part of a city or institution also. Chandigarh, what is unique about Chandigarh? You have studied in Chandigarh. Tell us 3 or 4 features of Chandigarh which are unique.
So one is it is a planned city. It was the first major planned city post-independence. Then they kind of agroforestry we see decentralized mode of protection of forestry that we see here, urban forest, that is unique to Chandigarh, and it has also ultimately resulted in burying Chandigarh, the tag of the city of gardens. So garden is also a very special feature of Chandigarh. So that is all.
That's all. 1 or 2 more. Chandigarh is a very important city.
So it is a capital of 2 states, that is Punjab and Haryana.
So how many governments are there in Chandigarh? How many governments?
So one is central
One is
government.
Punjab, one is Haryana, and
And the admit career, admit that zone, people working with admit zone as officers also work here.
which is the government that they work for? Central government, but in Chandigarh, what is it known as? It can't be government of India in Chandigarh, I not can't. So what is Chandigarh? Something like government of Haryana, government of Punjab and Chandigarh? Government of Chandigarh nahi hai. What is the name? Chandigarh administration. Okay, I think we close the interview. We'll give you some feedback.
There's one final question.
Sure.
Recently, one country which was named after a bird has changed its name. Why it find it derogatory? Can you name the country? It is named after a bird and it's changing because
A bird?
bird. And India does not have two relations with it. Turkey. Turkey.
I missed that one.